Hello YouTube. For your reviewing pleasure today, I have an Italerei release of the Messerschmitt ME 321 Gigant German Glider. This is in 1/72nd scale. As you can see down here, kit number is 115. I have looked pretty much all over the box, including the instructions, and was unable to determine the exact date of production. That information may be able to be obtained via ScaleMates. However, I have yet to sign on to check that. I just wanted to go ahead and get this review up for you guys. So, let's take a look around the box, and then we'll head in. Looking down here at the bottom, we do see the different offerings from Italerei, which this kit, along with the Zwilling, the Waco, the Horsa, and the Gotha, have all been re-released from the Testers Italerei through a Testers Italerei as well as the Zwilling, which just got re-released by I believe it was Testers here, or under the Italerei name. As well, this kit has, I believe, been re-released a few different times and in a few different variants. So, taking a look along the side of the box, just basic information there, and then three different languages here of some basic history on the 321 Gigant. Now, if you have not seen it, I did actually do a review on the Testers Italerei release of the HE111 Z1 Zwilling. So if you'd like to see that, set the box out of the way, and we'll take a look first at our instructions here. So, and also give you a sense of scale to the size of this normal Tamiya extra thin bottle. The box itself is actually quite large, and in 1/72, this actually builds to a very large aircraft. So taking a look, we have our sprue layout there, and we start with getting the internal, or the glass, put in along each sidewall, putting in the ribbing, bracing inside. Gives a nice picture of what it will look like once it's complete. Then putting the two center upper wing sections together, as well as the spine piece, and then the rear vertical and horizontal tails on there. This aircraft would have been towed up with a set of landing gear. The landing gear would have then been discharged, at which point the aircraft would have landed on 4 flat skid plates. So, taking a look, it does have all additional movable surfaces. All of the control arms are separately applied for those moving surfaces. And then you can see the rest of this. Now, having started an additional kit of this in the past, I will state this, that this kit is an extreme tail setter. As you can see, the rear landing gear is all the way here, front landing gear is here, and you literally have that much of the aircraft that is basically supported by air. In real life, because of the cargo loads, that would have actually stabilized the airframe and kept it from sitting on the tail. However, when loading, there is actually pictures and video of them supporting the tail. So, if you're wanting to build this, you might look to do it in a small either diorama or vignette situation so you can exploit that. Also, to give you a sense of scale here, a little focus in the bottom here, we have basically the different cargo loads. So you can have some Pack 40s loaded in there, as well as troops, showing a side view of that, different wagon carts. I believe when there's multiple different videos on this as well that can be found on YouTube of the history of this, as well as the history of the 323, which is a motorized version of this. Because again, getting this thing into the air was not an easy task. So, setting that to the side, we'll take a look at the actual parts themselves. As this kit is still sealed in its original bag, I'm going to keep it in that. But kind of going around, the surface detail is lightly raised. However, by this being a wood and fabric aircraft, that would be correct for it. As well as the front ribbing is very pronounced on this. The internal framework, again, after partially building one myself, the kit actually goes together very well. Really pretty good fit all the way around, if I, as I can remember it to be. Interior is very well detailed with additional ribbing as well. The clear parts are really actually pretty clear. They're mostly flat surfaces, and so they are in really good shape and condition. Again, seeing that testers, in conjunction with Italerei, re-released this kit, it is a kit that I would speculate to probably come from the late 70s. Very good amount of detail. It can be very flashy at times, but very good when it comes to a build-up. And we can kind of go through some of the sprue layout here. We'll go ahead and do that real quick. So the sprues would be outer wing surfaces, the main wing surface. You have the main fuselage section with a couple of crew members. The internal bracings are here for the front actual nose clamshell, which is in 2 parts, so you can display it with the mouth wide open, basically ready to accept the cargo. You also have then all of the skid plates, wheels. They did also have rocket motors with parachutes that they would use to aid in getting this aircraft airborne. Clear parts here and here. And then up here you have your horizontal stabilizer for the rear, as well as your vertical stabilizer and your rudder. So, again, as this kit is in its original bagging and most likely there are loose parts floating around, I would not like to open that until I'm ready to build. I do apologize if anybody was looking for a specific sprue layout example of this. But again, the detail is actually very good in these kits. So, if you can find one, definitely a good one for your collection. Again, though, I do want to stress, this is not a small aircraft. When it's completed, the wingspan of this 72nd scale aircraft is about the same as a 48 scale B-17. It is very large, so just keep that in mind if you're looking to build one. Have a wonderful rest of your day.